All right, good evening to all of you who are watching this. This is my little intro to making Tay's spicy bean and sausage stew, I think is what it's called. I don't know the official title, but I told them that I would do a cooking video, so here it goes. So this is just a little intro right now. I got all the ingredients all stout, all pretty looking like that. Dice the onions, making the sausage right now. We'll update you further. All right, so now that I've cooked the sausage, you can see it, full turkey. To caramelize the white onion, just normal caramelization. Add some onion powder, some garlic powder, salt, pepper. Do the thing, and then that's it. So here we go. Here's some oil, and then here are the beautiful white onions. Ta-da! Here are the onions. You just let them caramelize, let them cook down, and then we start adding the beans. But I will check back in once these are caramelized. What I forgot to mention earlier was I added the salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder to the onions before they caramelize. You can see they're getting a nice golden brown. So they're not quite done yet, but when they're done, I add the beans in. You'll see that in a bit. So I forgot one tiny piece, and that was after the caramelized onions happen, add your beautiful tomato sauce. I'm going to do that. And then Taylor adds in red chili pepper flakes, but I'm a baby, so I'm not going to add that many of them. Ta-da! And then I'm supposed to let these guys become friends, and then we'll move on to actually adding the beans. All right, so now the tomato sauce and onions are friends, and then we're going to add these beautiful beans, Great Northern beans, chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans for you uncultured swine, and lima beans, also called butter beans. And then we're supposed to keep this on, get it all nice and warm for about 5 minutes, and then move on to more brothy kinds of things. All right, so now that the beans and tomatoes and onions are all doing their thing, doing the dirty, it's time to add the meat into the mix. And then after that, we give it about 5 more minutes, and then we add the broth. And then we're about done. And then we just heat it all up, make it all fancy, add some more seasonings and stuff, and then we should be good to go. So I will check back in once the sausage has been nice and mixed in. Also, if you want to look, I did do some smashing of the beans, like the professional chef Taylor suggested. It was in fact enjoyable and pleasurable, like she stated in her recipe. Highly recommend you all do that. It also just thickens the stew rather than it being a soup consistency. Now that everything, all the congealed mixture is good to go, we add the broth. We got 1 box of chicken broth, 1 box of vegetable broth, good old HEB brand for you Texan folks. And then after this, we just warm it up, make sure everything's good to go. Like I said earlier, add some more seasonings, and then we should be good. All right, so now we added our broth. We let it simmer for a little bit, and then went back for a taste test. Added some more salt, pepper, basically everything. Salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, more red pepper flakes because I became a man during this. And then now it's time to eat. Thank you for watching. I hope this was somewhat instructional. Shout out to Taylor for creating this recipe or sending it to me in a note. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.